Remigration is my idea to pay immigrants and their descendants to leave and return to their ancestral homeland by giving them $100,000 each in return for their citizenship or permanent residency. I'll include links below to the written article, to my reading of the written article, and to a longer talk that I did on this subject. But the most common criticism of this policy is that I'm being far too generous. It does seem that way, but it needs to be for at least three reasons. Firstly, we want people to take up our offer and to feel that they're getting a good deal. The policy needs a nice tasting carrot. It will work much better if people feel that they are the winners by remigrating than if they feel like losers. This is a sane and rational answer to our current immigrant problems, and it needs to be treated as such. Not as if we are expelling people. That might take place under a different policy, but that policy is not remigration. My issue is I do not want these people to live in Australia. Not that I wish any harm or misfortune towards them, so helping them to remigrate can also help our international reputation, and we can still remain friendly with those who have remigrated. We do not need to have any anger or animosity from them or towards them. If everyone gets what they want, then we can use that to our advantage. Many of those who remigrate will have positive feelings towards our country, and we should encourage that. International relations will continue as they do now. Secondly, we need to do it for our people. I must admit, I am surprised by how many of our side do not understand our people. We are an empathetic people. We think about others. We care about others. That's a good part of why we are in the mess we are currently in. Our virtues are used against us. We need to use our virtues and to turn them back to supporting us. Our people will not stop thinking about others. They will not stop caring about others. We need to make them comfortable with having people leave when they are used to people arriving. We need to encourage them to think about how it will improve the lives of those who remigrate. How will they take what they have learned here and help to improve their own country? That this is as much foreign aid as giving money to government is. That those who remigrate are spreading our values. This is important to normal people. They need to feel good about it, and future generations need to feel good about it. We need to make positive arguments for our ideas, and far too often I hear negative arguments. Thirdly, $100,000 is a good price. It's a good amount of money. But when people say it's too much money, I do not agree. Remigration is a big commitment for people to make, and they should be encouraged and rewarded for making the right choice. I don't know where I heard this, or maybe I read it, but if you lend someone money and you never see them again, it was probably money well spent. I strongly encourage you to think of that money in exactly that way, as money well spent. For $100 billion, we can move 1 million people out each decade without violence. I haven't heard of any other plan that can achieve this. Would a civil war cost us more or less than $100 billion? It might come to that, but if it doesn't, then we need a plan to get our country back. Remigration is one part of that plan.